Hi lovelies, Lauren here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I simply want you to stop whatever it is you are doing and join me for this short but sweet stretch session that's hopefully going to leave you feeling a bit more grounded, a bit more awake and energized, and hopefully ready to take on the rest of your day. So let's hop straight in. We're going to start standing. So just standing up nice and tall, a little softness in the knees, spread the toes down into your mat or whatever floor you're working with. A little bit of softness in the shoulders, soften them down and away from those ears. And we're just going to start with some gentle neck circles. So take a breath in here. As we exhale, let's drop our right ear down to the right shoulder. Lovely. Take another breath in. Exhale, chin down, lowers to chest. Heavy head here. Inhale, left ear sweeps across to the left shoulder. Gentle stretch to the right side of the neck. Exhale, lower down, chin to chest. Let's inhale as we come back across to the right ear down to the right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. So really heavy head as you let the head drift from one side to the other. Exhale, chin to chest. We'll go one more time, side to side. Inhale over to the right. Exhale down. Inhale over to the left. Beautiful. Exhale down, chin to chest. Maybe you pause here for a moment and bring both hands to lightly rest at the back of the head. And use the weight of your hands to again further increase the stretch down the back of the neck as your chin really draws down towards the chest. You can let your elbows kind of close in here. Hold for a breath in. Hold for a breath out. And then we can gradually release the hands down. Inhale, lift the head gently up through center. Beautiful. Let's take this into the shoulders. Inhale, lift the shoulders forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Lovely. And just keep going. Just like that. So we're sending the shoulders back and down to help getting a little bit opening across the heart here. And if you find yourselves sitting at a desk or a chair for a long period of time, you've got that kind of rounding in the shoulders. We're just going to do this a couple of times to help counteract that a little bit. See if we can maybe stand up a little bit taller, maybe breathe a little bit deeper. Okay. Let's take one more full round. One more inhale. One more exhale. No, lovely. Now as you inhale, squeeze those elbows, squeeze those shoulders, sorry, up as high as you can, up towards your ears. Take a breath. Exhale, let the shoulders drop away. Twice more. Inhale, shoulders lift up as high as you can. Exhale, drop. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, drop. Lovely, well done. Okay, we're going to move into a little side body stretch. So bring your left hand just by your left thigh first of all. Inhale, stretch right arm up and over. Sending energy out through those fingertips. You can have a little lean with the hips over to the right. Still staying grounded through both feet. This is kind of like the first option. If you want to come a little bit deeper, let's lift that left hand. Left hand is going to take hold of the right wrist. Inhale to gently pull on that right arm. Again, sending it further up to the sky, finding more length. And again, we lean over towards the right. So hips go to the right, fingertips reach into the left. And if you still want that little bit more, maybe we cross right foot behind the left, pressing into the ball of that back foot, and still pushing the hips towards the right. Juicy stretch there. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Lovely. And then to come out, we simply come all the way back through center, reach up nice and high. Exhale, release the hands down. Beautiful, other side. So same again, coming through that first option, reaching left arm up to the sky, right hand by the right thigh. Lightly push the hips over to the left. Beautiful. If you want to take that second option, right hand to the left wrist. Inhale, lengthen out that left arm, growing tall. Pushing the hips towards the left, fingertips reach to the right. And again, maybe this time you cross left leg behind the right. Press into the ball of that back foot. And try to square the hips. So still squeezing right hip back, left hip forward. Lovely. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Let's unravel, come back through center, reach up to the sky. Exhale. Circle the arms down, beautiful. Feel free to have a little shimmy, a little shake off in the shoulders. And then let's take a breath in. Exhale again, heavy head, chin tucked down towards the chest, but we're going to let that keep going now. We're going to take a nice slow and steady roll down through the spine. Beautiful, getting that lovely stretch across your lower back, or you might be feeling it more in your mid back today. Coming all the way down as far as you want to go into a standing forward fold, and as you arrive here, we might like to take hold of opposite elbows, bend in the knees, have a little sway from side to side. Try to encourage a real release in the back of the neck so the head is really nice and heavy. So maybe shake the head, nod the head a couple of times. Beautiful. Let's take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then release the arms. Inhale as you bend the knees, tuck the tailbone under. Juicy roll up through the spine. So see if you can identify each moment where one vertebrae stacks on top of the other. Rising up nice and high. And again, we soften those shoulders down and away. The crown of the head lifts up towards the sky. Let's take another breath in. Exhale, let's make our way down again. Chin down towards the chest. Slowly rolling down, bone by bone. So we don't need to rush this movement at all. We can take our time. Lovely. Let the arms be heavy, gently pulling you down towards the mat. Again, coming into that standing forward fold as far as you want to go. And then we're just going to move through a couple of halfway lifts. So as we inhale, let's bring our fingertips towards our shins. Zip up through the spine. See if you can create this nice flat back. You can keep the knees bent here, so don't worry about locking out in the back of the knees. Try to not encourage that if we can. Take a breath. As we exhale, fold back down. So we're creating a little bit of a ripple in the spine here. Let's go a couple more times. Inhale, wave it on up, flat back. Trying to find as much length here as we can. And as we exhale, we maintain that length as we fold back down. Let's go just once more. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Lovely, well done. From here, nice deep bend in the knees. You might be able to bring your fingertips down towards the mat. Really squish your belly against your thighs. Inhale. And as you exhale, try to maintain that close proximity between your belly and your thighs as you start to lengthen the legs again. Then again, a couple of times. Inhale as you bend in the knees, sink down nice and low. Exhale, lengthen. If the fingertips need to come away from the mat here, feel free to do so. You can take them to your shins, maybe around the ankles. Inhale, you bend. Exhale, you lengthen. One more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen. Lovely, well done. From here, bend the knees as much as you need to bring the hands down towards the ground. And we're going to step the feet back, coming into a little downward facing dog. So finding that upside down V shape. And we can keep a bend in the knees here. So again, belly to thighs, tailbone up to the sky. Head is heavy, so release through the back of the neck. And we can keep this moving. We can perhaps lengthen down the back of one leg, see if we can sink that heel down towards the mat, bending in the other knee. And then we can inhale to change. Exhale, lengthening the other leg and bending in the opposite knee. And keep that going a couple of times. Beautiful. We're not staying here for too long. If this is a little bit intense on the wrist, feel free to maybe come down to a tabletop. Perhaps taking one more breath in. One more breath out. Separating the feet about mat distance apart, turning the toes out. Bend the knees, walk your hands towards your feet, sinking the hips down, coming into a little malasana, into a little yogi squat. Now I know this might be uncomfortable for a few people's hips here, so if that's the case for you, you can keep the fingertips down if you need a little bit of support. You can also come up a little bit higher, so taking a little bit more of a goddess squat here, and all you're going to do is kind of wake up into the hips. So you can have a little sway from side to side. So it's the same principle if you're a little bit up higher to whether you're down here. So all you're doing is swaying from side to side, waking up into those hips. You can kind of roll the knee out to the side. Beautiful. And the fingertips stay down here for support, but you may want to add in a little flourish here. You may want to kind of reach up with one arm, twist and the torso around to the side. Plant that hand down, reach up to the other side. Beautiful. So there's nothing too precise here. Just waking up a little bit into those hips. Finding a little bit of free movement here. Let's take one more breath in. One more breath out. Lovely, okay. From here, gently you're going to pop the knees down towards the mat to walk the hands out in front of you. Again, finding our tabletop. And just making sure we've got those wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, spreading the fingertips nice and wide. Let's move through a little bit of cat and cow. So we drop the belly, lift the heart, shine the heart forwards, lift the tailbone, gaze towards the horizon. Exhale, chin tucks down towards the chest, tucking the tailbone under, gazing back towards your belly button here. A couple more times, wringing out the body here, finding some fluidity in your spine, and really I encourage you to move with your breath. So moving in time with your inhales and your exhales. So using your inhale as the inspiration behind that lift of the heart, the lift of the tailbone. And using your exhale to start that curve in the spine. One more full round, one more inhale lift. One more exhale curve. And then from your curve, simply melt your hips back towards your heels, taking a little child's pose. You can separate the knees off to the side slightly, creating a little bit more space for the belly to rest in between the thighs. And then we simply soften all the way down. So the forehead might meet the mat. You might prefer to kind of stack one fist on top of the other, use that as a platform for the forehead to rest on. Beautiful. And again, we're kind of targeting the hips slightly here, especially if you've got the knees slightly apart. We're also encouraging a lovely release in the spine. It's a lovely kind of grounding posture. So whenever you need a moment throughout your day, just come down to a child's pose and breathe here for a few moments. I'm sure you feel a whole lot better afterwards. Let's stay here for 2 more breaths. Maybe taking one more. Beautiful, okay. Stretch the fingertips out in front of you if they're not already, gazing straight ahead. And then you're lightly going to pull through the fingertips. Stay low if we can, so gently come all the way down onto our belly. We're going to keep the legs slightly apart here, allow the heels to fall in. That's going to help protect your lower spine. And as we inhale, we roll the shoulders away from the ears, push down through the fingertips ever so lightly. As we start to roll the chest up towards the sky, into our cobra. So it's up to you how far you go into your cobra. Don't feel as though you have to lengthen the arms completely. Keep a bit of softness in the elbows. So maybe you're taking a little baby cobra here. Beautiful. Or maybe, as I say, maybe you're up a little bit higher. If you are coming up a little bit higher, don't forget about those glutes, activating the muscles in your bum to help protect your spine as we bring it into this little back bend. Take a breath. Exhale, let's tuck the toes under, pull the ribs in, lift the hips up, and we're going to fly those hips all the way up to the sky, back into our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's take 2 breaths here, and again, we can bring back that movement, that pedaling out through the feet, bending one knee, then the other. Lovely, well done. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. Inhale, looking forwards towards your fingertips, nice deep bend to the knees, and slow and steady, just walk your feet towards your hands. As far forwards as you can go, but you may get to a point where you get a little bit stuck, so feel free to then walk your hands back towards your feet maybe, arriving in a little standing forward fold again, almost back where we started. Hang here for a moment, hinging at your hips, swaying from side to side. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And then inhale, bend in the knees, tuck the tailbone under. We rise all the way back up, slow and steady. And again, crown of the head is the final thing to lift. And we soften those shoulders down and away. Beautiful. Take a big breath in here. Lovely, sigh out through the mouth. Beautiful. Well done, everyone. That's all we're going to do for today. So as I say, I hope you're feeling a little bit more stretched out and a little bit more ready to go. So have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you next week with another free class from me. See you then. Mwah.